Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Mustafa Hosseini, and today I'm here with my friend Rich Gurman. Welcome, Rich.
How you doing, man? Good to see you.
Good to see you as well. Today we're having a friendly conversation about how to get industry leaders to promote your business for free. As a business owner, if you're serious about your business, I think getting someone to promote your business for free would be an added bonus. Would you agree, Rich?
Free is always good in my mind.
I mean, well, why not? Would you? I mean, I don't want to pay for something that we could get it done for free. So let me do the proper introduction here with myself and Rich, and we're going to dive right into it. My name is Mustafa Hosseini. I run Simple Marketing Formula, and I specialize in helping coaches, consultants, and experts create and implement their one-page marketing plan in 7 days or less. We do that through our course, Simple Marketing Formula Bootcamp. Later in the show, we're going to do some giveaways, and Rich didn't know this, but hopefully he will agree to give something away. We'll see. Do you think we could do some giveaways by the end of the show?
Do we have to give it away for free?
I guess so.
All right. I guess I don't have a choice at this point. I like how you asked me why we're live and not beforehand. This way I can't say no. That was very well played. Sure.
I put you on the spot. We're live. You might as well just agree to it. So we will both give away one free ticket at the end of the show. Now, for you to enter and qualify for this draw, there are three things that you could do. One, comment on the show and ask questions. Two, tag a friend who could benefit from this conversation and from the event that is coming up. And just stay engaged in the conversation, and then you will get to win a free ticket to a couple of events. One is my event. One is Rich's event, and I've got an amazing offer coming up that I'm hoping you guys cannot refuse. So Let me do the proper intro. We're going to dive right into it. Rich Gurman is a best-selling author, speaker, and a business and lifestyle coach since 1999. He has conducted over 18,000 coaching sessions. He is the creator and CEO of the JV Insider Circle, a powerful community that supports coaches and experts in building their business via joint venture partnerships. Also, Rich is the creator of Blue Laguna, a photo book of dolphin and whale images, all taken from his stand-up paddleboarding that he does almost on a daily basis. He's also the founder of Project Oat, a nonprofit whose goal is to protect the ocean and the sacred life living in it. Rich lives in Laguna Beach, California. When not working, he can be found on the beach paddleboarding with dolphins and whales. And his main website is richgurman.com. Welcome, Rich.
Thanks, man. That sounds like me right there.
There you go. So, Rich, what is your story?
My story. Oh, my God. So I was born. No, I think the relevant part of my life story to this conversation is I became a coach back in 1999. And you mentioned in my bio, I've done 18,000 coaching calls in my career. And I got to the point where I was pretty much burned out. I used to have like 50 one-on-one clients at a time, and it was too much. And I was like, this is just not sustainable. And so I decided to pretty much move away from one-on-one coaching and work with groups. And that eventually led me to create the JV Insider Circle, which is our community of coaches, authors, speakers, and experts. And this is where we teach people to joint venture. So I basically shifted away from one-on-one coaching to now leading a community of hundreds of people. And that can segue us into how people can build their business and get leads for free. But just a little bit about my backstory. I've been doing this for a very long time, and now I'm super lucky and grateful to lead a really powerful community of coaches and experts.
Beautiful. So how did you get into this? What's the story behind that?
Yeah. So as I mentioned, I started coaching in 1999. For about a decade, I worked for a friend's coaching company. And the good thing about working for another company is that they gave me all the clients. So I didn't have to do any of the marketing side of it. They just handed me the clients. The bad part about working for somebody else is that I had to work for somebody else. Right. And that long story that I won't bore anybody with for sake of time, but it was a very negative environment to work in, and eventually led me to say, I'm out of here, and I quit. And in 2008, I started my own company. And the at that point, I had just written my very first book, and I basically took the introduction of that book and I turned it into my very first course. I created an 8-week course for $397. And I said to myself, okay, I've got this course, but I don't have any clients in it. What would be a good way to get some clients? And logically, I said, well, if I could find someone that already had an audience of people interested in that topic at that time. The book was about the law of attraction. This was a while back. And I said, well, I just need to find someone who has an audience of people interested in the law of attraction. And at that time, I was introduced to a woman named Christy Whitman. She's a wonderful Canadian like yourself, and now a very good friend of mine. But at that time, I didn't know who Christy was, but I knew that she had a large audience of people interested in the law of attraction. And I somehow coerced her into interviewing me, just like you're doing now. And we did like an hour-long interview. I shared a bunch of stuff. And at the end, I said, hey, if you like this and you want more, I've got this 8-week class for $397. Now, this was 12 years ago, but I remember it because it was the first time I ever did anything like this. First of all, we had 856 people from her list opted into my list to hear the interview. So the day before, I had no list, and all of a sudden I had 856 people interested in my topic. So I'm like, that's
one day.
cool. Oh, she sent out 2 emails, so maybe over a couple days. And to your point, as we were joking at the beginning about the word free, not only did I had 856 brand new people on my list who were targeted people interested in my topic, but it didn't cost me a dime. So that was good. We did the hour-long interview, so we hopefully delivered some great content. At the end, I made a very soft pitch. Like I said, hey, if you like this, join my 8-week class. 24 people signed up for the class.
Wow.
So we generated like $7,000 in revenue, if my math serves correctly, $400 times 24, whatever that is. Christy and I split the money. So she made a few grand just for showing up for an hour. I now had 24 paying clients on top of 856 new people on my list. So looking back, this was a classic joint venture. I didn't call it that at the time, but it's a textbook definition of what a joint venture is. That worked so well that first year, I just went out and did the same thing over and over and over. I just kept talking to people that had an audience of people interested in my topic. And in 1 year, we built an email list from 0 to 10,000 people. Continue to do that. And within 3 years, built an email list of 50,000 people. And now for the last several years, we're always hovering right around 100,000 people. So that's how I got into the whole game of joint venturing.
Beautiful. So for those of you who are joining us later, Rich and I are talking about how to get industry leaders to promote your business for free. And I guess that is done through joint venture deals. Now, Rich, tell us what is a joint venture deal and why is it important?
Yeah, so a joint venture by definition is basically just what I described. By definition, I would say it's when 2 individuals come together with the purpose of delivering great content to their audience and also making a profit for themselves. And so that example with Christy is just that. We delivered great content, hopefully, and we made a profit. I got paying clients. I gave her half the money. And it was to me, a joint venture is a win-win. It's not like I'm going to, just like what we're doing here right now. It can't be, I'm really going to benefit from Mustafa interviewing me and he's not going to get anything out of that. That's just not, it's not sustainable and it's just not the way I want to operate. So it's all about collaboration, working together. I always say before, so as I said, that was 2008. And for the next 5 years, I just started doing all these joint venture deals. And that led me to, in 2013, I woke up with the idea of creating a community where we train coaches, authors, speakers, experts, anyone that has a message that they want to get out into the world in a bigger way. I said, let's create a community where, number one, we train them how to do joint ventures like we're talking about here. And more importantly, number two, we put them in a community of people where they can find joint venture partners. Because at that time, back, what are we talking, 7 years ago, joint venturing was kind of like this private boys club. It was like a country club, and if you didn't have the keys, you weren't getting in. And it was basically the same high-level players that were all promoting each other, and nobody else could kind of get in that game. And I remember thinking, like, that just doesn't seem fair. Like, anybody at any level should be able to do this. So I think in some way, creating the JV Insider Circle, we kind of leveled the playing field and made it possible for anyone at any level to get into this game of joint venturing. So it's been really successful and cool.
So a Facebook user, which I can't read their name, saying, are there written contracts involved in a JV?
Great question. Another thing, Mustapha's did not tell me we're going to be answering live questions, which I prefer, because they're probably better questions than you would ask anyways, right? So I love this question because I've done hundreds of JV deals in the past 12 years or so, have never used a written contract once. It is all that what you got to get is whatever business you think you're in. And if we were to open the line to every single person, the millions, I'm sure at least millions of, if not billions of people watching us right now, if we were to find out what niche everybody was in, we would get 100 different niches, right? Some people are in business, some are in relationships, health, spirituality, across the board.
Yeah.
But what I always say is whatever business you think you're in, the real business you're in is the business of relationships.
Exactly.
That being said, if Mostafa and I do a deal together, for example, it's based on a built-in trust. It's based on me, just like with our audience, we want to build know, like, and trust. They're not going to buy from us unless they know us, like us, and trust us. I'd say it's pretty darn similar with JV partners. If I don't have a relationship with Mostafa, I'm not going to be here right now spending this time with him. There's no written contract. So with a JV deal, we absolutely get things in writing, but typically just an email. So let's say I was going to do a launch of the JV Insider Circle, and Mostafa agreed to promote that launch. Well, there's certain things that need to be in place. He's agreeing to send out emails promoting the launch. I'm agreeing to pay him a commission for anyone that buys. So that stuff's in writing. It's on a web page, and we'll email back and forth. But as far as a written legal contract, never have used one.
Oh yeah, I mean, as far as relationships go, I actually reached out to Rich saying, Rich, I know you have this thing coming up. I'd be happy to promote it to my list and to my friends. He never asked me, and then that's basically, I guess, step one of building relationships.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, that's a compliment. If I needed to reach out and kind of plead to you, hey, will you promote this? That's nothing wrong with that. But you coming to me saying, hey, you have this event coming up and I have an audience of people that I know will benefit. How do I promote it? We're doing something right on our end for that to happen. So thank you.
Absolutely. You're welcome. And then because I know it's a good fit. And last time I attended what's coming up, which we're going to talk about, a JV event, I walked out of their JV event with 39 JV appointments booked, and I think it added up maybe to 50 after.
Wow.
And I'm probably going to get a minimum of 6 figures out of it in the next 12 months, if
Amazing.
not 6.
Oh my God. Thank you. I didn't even know that. That's amazing.
And here's a fact. I actually got paid to attend that event. Your event. It was like, I think I got like $250 or something to attend, and I got 50 appointments. That's not a bad deal.
So now I have a question. Can you explain how you got paid to attend my event?
So I recommended your event to my friends and to my list. They signed up, and we got our commission, which was 50% of what they paid. At the time, was $47. So I got 23 something per sign up. I brought in, I think, about 10 people.
Yep.
It added up to $250 or something, which I was happy. I don't think a lot of people got paid $250. I mean, $250 is not much to write home about, but I got $250 and not a lot of people did. And I also got 40 appointments on top of that.
Amazing. Good job.
Six figures plus $239.
100,239. Very good.
So here's another question that is actually interesting. What are some common sense rules for doing a JV? That's a good question.
Common sense rules. Great question. If there's a way to find out who's asking these, that would be
His name is Adelle. Actually, I did find out. His name is Adelle Hussein.
Adelle Hussein. Awesome.
Yeah.
Common sense rules. I would say There's probably a bunch of them, but the first one that came to mind is when you want to be ready. So, for example, we're going to make a little offer to you guys in a little while to attend my event that's coming up this week. And I would never agree to do this with Mustafa unless we were ready to do this a deal together. So
Mm-hmm.
whether you have an event, in this case, that you want people to promote, or whether you have, let's say you have a program that you want to sell and you have a webinar where you sell it and you want partners to promote that webinar, or whatever the JV situation is, you need to be ready. Meaning you've got a program that you sell, it gets results. Because the bottom line is, when Mustafa promotes me to his audience, to you guys, he's putting his name on the line. If
Mm-hmm.
he promotes me and I don't deliver, guess who looks bad? Not just me, but also him.
Oh
And
yeah.
I want him to look good. So the most common sense rule for doing a JV is you got to be ready. And obviously, we don't have time to go into the details of what JV ready means. In our community, by the way, we train you exactly the simple steps of how you can get ready. And here's what's cool. You guys don't know me necessarily, but I like to do things that are simple. As Mustafa said at the outset, I spend half my time, and that's not an exaggeration, out on the ocean, on the beach. I work very part-time hours, and I'm able to because of joint ventures. If it's not simple, I don't want to do it. And the reality is, doing joint ventures is a very simple way, especially when you compare it to most any other business model. Very simple way for any online marketer, coach, expert to build a business. So it's super powerful.
So Adele's next question is, how should you approach someone for JV?
Excellent. So, this is a great question. Another great question, Adele.
He just brought up all of our interview questions. I don't have to do much work here. Thanks, Adele.
That's what we like. So, like I said 5 minutes ago, or whenever, you're in the business of creating relationships. And to me, the best way to create a relationship is not to approach someone and say, hey, look at me. Look how great I am. Look how great my event is, my program is. You should promote me, 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 me. That's the opposite of what you should do. The best way to build any relationship is to have a sincere interest in the other person. So I tell you what, for years, when I got into this game, I really never asked anyone for anything. But what I did was the opposite. Anyone that I believed in or wanted to connect with, I would approach them and I would ask Adele what I call the magic question, which is, how can I support you? How can I support you? I would ask it over and over and over and over. And the reality is, if you were to ask 100 people, hey, I really like what you're up to. How can I support you? What support do you need? Well, guess what's going to happen? They're going to tell you what support they need. And 99 of the 100 are going to turn right around and say, hey, thank you so much. How can I support you? They're going to want to reciprocate. They're going to want to turn it around. So how do you approach someone? Make it all about them.
Oh yeah. And that perfect example is when they have something going on, like Rich has right now, and I reach out and say, hey, how can I support? And then we're all here helping each other. So that's a perfect example.
Yes.
And then another way to approach someone for JV is, if I may add, is to show up to a JV event and approach people. That's, I think, a good way to do it.
Yeah. Well, let me touch on that. So a lot of Adele's next question, I'm sure, is going to be, where do you find JV partners? I think that hopefully before even we're having this short conversation, most people understand the mechanism that is a joint venture, and there's just no doubt in my mind, mainly because they are free, that a joint venture is a superior mechanism for building your business. There's just no doubt about it. So then the logical question becomes, well, okay, where do I find, even before the question of how do I approach someone, the question in my mind is, well, where the hell do I find these people? And so there's different ways to find people. One is kind of just to go online and just randomly try to find people. That requires a lot of work. The second is you can go to events and just walk into a cold room and try to find a partner. And then the third way, and this is by far the best way, is to show up at an event or join a community like ours where everyone is there to find JV partners. And
Yeah.
I can talk about this till I'm blue in the face, but Mustafa came to our last event and, like he just said, showed up, sat there in that same chair he's probably sitting in right now, probably wore that same very bright orange shirt, and he just attended. And he got 39 people, 39 that were willing to have a conversation about joint venturing. If a fourth of those people were willing to tolerate him and do a joint venture with him, that will lead to the $100,000 in revenue that he talked about. That's the point. We've made it so easy for people to do this.
And I'm a little hard to tolerate. Let me tell you that.
That's kind of my point.
Yeah. I'm not easy to deal with.
He's easy on the eyes, though.
So Sarah Sheikh here is saying, how does it work when it's virtual?
Yeah, so great question, Sarah. And I love it. I can see Sarah's pretty face. You know, here's the best way to put it. I'm lazy, Sarah. I don't like to work hard. I don't really like to travel to go to events. If I'm going to travel, I want to go on vacation. So the fact that I can sit in my home office, build and work my business, and do everything that we're talking about here using joint venturing is a godsend. So it's 100% virtual. This is the magic of technology and joint venturing. You can do this with anyone in the world. I have no idea, Sarah, what country you're in. You could be anywhere in the world, and you and I could joint venture. So
she's in the U.S. I know.
She's where?
She's in the U.S.
Oh, perfect. Okay, cool. Well, even easier, but it doesn't matter. You could be anywhere in the world. So, I'll tell you a little story. In April, right in the middle of the world being locked down, I had a meeting with my team. We were supposed to have a live event that we do every year in person, Sarah, called JVX, the JV Experience, in the middle of July, like next week. And I said to my team, hey guys, I got news for you. There's no way in hell we're doing a live event in July. And in that moment, everybody agreed, and we decided to do a virtual event. We decided to move our in-person event and do it online, make it virtual. And we looked at our calendar, and the only time that made sense was 17 days from that moment. So in 17 days, we pulled together an event with 389 people, all virtual. It was by far the most profitable event we've ever done, and everybody loved it. 97% of the people that attended gave it an excellent remark in terms of feedback. The only one that gave it negative might have been Mustafa. I'm not really sure, but based on what he said, probably not. So it absolutely, everything that we're talking about, Sarah, works in the virtual world that we are living in right now. We were in a virtual world, 6 months ago. Now, even more so, we're in a virtual world. So that's like, it's such a blessing that we can still do what we do when so many people are struggling right now. I'm extremely grateful for that.
Love it. Love it. So Rich, what do you have coming up this week? What's happening?
Yeah. So what's today? Today is Monday. And on Thursday, we have a 3-day live event. So I mentioned a minute ago to Sarah that we moved our in-person event to a virtual event. It was so successful that we said, oh my God, let's do it again. So starting on Thursday for 3 straight days, July 9, 10, and 11, we have an event called Collaborate. And it is 100% about exactly what we are talking about today. We already have, by the way, last I checked this morning, 314 people signed up for the event. I'm assuming we'll get another 100 or more in the next few days come in. So you can attend an event with hundreds of people. And they're people just like you. They're coaches, they're authors, they're speakers, they're people like you with a message. They want to get out into the world in a big way. And Mustafa is the perfect testimonial. Just showing up at that event, we do a lot of networking. You're basically going to meet all the people that you are supposed to meet at that event and leave with actual partners that can promote you, that you can promote, that you can build relationships with, that will help to grow your list, to get you clients, and just help you to grow your business. So it's pretty magical. And Mustafa, maybe you can kind of share, you've got a great deal to offer people to sign up and attend, right?
So here is my incredible offer and bonuses if you sign up for Rich's event. That is coming up on Thursday. Here are 3 or 4 things that you're going to get. Number one, you're going to get a complimentary ticket, the Simple Marketing Formula. This is my 6-day live event valued at $2,000. You're going to get a complimentary ticket if you sign up through the link that I just shared. Number two, I am running a JV training on Wednesday nights at 5 p.m. Mountain Time, where we get you kind of ready for this event for a couple of hours. We'll work on your JV pitch and your offer. So when you walk into JVX or Collaborate, which is coming up, you're kind of ready. It is not to replace their amazing training. It's just to give you an idea and be ready to do a few practice pitches. And then you walk in ready within the first breakout session that you do with potential partners. You're going to start picking partners. That is also valued at $2,000. And here is an incredible offer. I will provide and deliver money back guarantee on Rich's event. Speaking of putting my name on it, if you attended the event and by the end of it, or day 1 or day 2 or 3, you were not happy with what you saw and what you got, you come back to me, not Rich, and say, Mustafa, I cannot believe you sent me there. Give me my money back, and I will give you your money back, no questions asked. Wow. So a ticket to Simple Marketing Formula, 2-hour JV training, and money back guarantees on top of everything else that they're offering. And honestly, gang, this is easily a 6 or 7 figure business event that you can easily find partners to promote you and the rest of it. So I highly recommend, highly recommend whatever you have, set it aside, show up, play full on, engage, and start making money.
Can I just add one thing to that real quick? If anyone is watching and you're like, okay, this all sounds good, but I'm not ready to do a joint venture yet, this event is probably not for me, that is not true. So if you are excited about the concept and you want to build your business and joint ventures is a great way to do it, but you don't know what that even means, come to the event, because there's so many different ways we're going to teach you of how you can collaborate with each other, and we will help you to get ready. That's one of the main things we do, is we help you to get ready so that you can really maximize your success with all things collaboration. So I just want to make sure nobody feels like, oh wait, I'm not at a level yet that makes sense for me to attend. That's not the case.
Can I add to that?
It's your show.
I think there's this fear of there's that fear. You're right, that I'm not ready. I have to be at a certain level. I have to be a celebrity before I get other people to promote me. The fact of the matter is that you don't. It's like you don't have to be a celebrity or at the celebrity level to get someone else to promote you. It's just you find people that are at the same level as you are. Wherever you are, there are different levels of players at this game, at this event, where you would just find people that are a good match for you and good match for the personality, for the type of business, for the list size, and the rest of it. And all you have to say is, would you be open to send my offer to your list if we feel like we're a good match for each other? That's not rocket science, and it's not a hard question to ask.
Yeah.
Given that all these people are there to find partners like yourself, and they're in the same shoes or same boat as you are. So I've been to this event and other similar events where, God, in the past 3 months alone, I have added 80 JV partners to my list. It's not hard. They make it really easy. Plus, what I have added here as a bonus if you sign up through the link. And gang, if you want to become a JV partner with Rich, I added the link there too. So you become Rich's JV partner, you start promoting, collaborate, and then you start making money. This is an amazing world to be part of, and growing and scaling a business. I think this is like the easiest way to do it.
And I'll add also, it's not just about promoting someone else's offer. We help you to get on different platforms. So I don't think you would be here right now unless you had a message, as I've said a couple times, that you want to get out into the world. So we help you to get on podcasts. We help you be a part of gift giveaways, telesummits, speaking on stages and live events, virtual events. So we help you collaborate in many different ways. So all I'll say, Mustafa, is I really appreciate you giving me this platform to share a little bit. I appreciate you supporting our event. I know you're going to be there, and I hope a whole bunch of your followers come, and you guys have nothing to lose. You're getting great bonuses. Plus, Mustafa's putting his money where his mouth is. If you don't like it, he's gonna buy you lunch.
Yeah, and I'll give you your money back. So here's the link again. Sign up. It's going to be this Thursday, Friday, Saturday, correct?
Yep. This Thursday, July 9, 10, 11. One of the highlights to the event, on the last days, we do our version of Shark Tank. It's called Shark Attack. We have a panel of amazing industry leaders, and we have contestants that make a pitch to the sharks with the hope that the sharks will promote them. So we do a lot of fun activities. It's an action-packed 3 days, a lot of networking. Like I said, you're going to meet pretty much everybody at the event. You'll get some good training. You'll learn a lot. You'll be inspired. It's going to fly by and be a lot of fun.
It is amazing. Now, what does it take to get shark bit?
So if you want to be a contestant, sign up for the event immediately, and then you'll join the Facebook page and you'll see the instructions on how to submit that you might want to be a contestant or a shark bait, as we call you. So that is something you probably want to do today, because the event's only in a few days. So we're in the process now of picking our contestants. So jump on that one quick.
Beautiful. I'm going to jump on that. I would like to get shark bit.
You should.
And see if I could find some sharks to I can work with. That would be amazing. Good. Rich, here is always my last question on my interviews. If you had a Facebook ad that everyone on the planet could see and you had a message for everyone, what would your ad say?
If I had a Facebook ad that everyone on the planet could see, what would the message be?
And you had a message on it for the whole world.
Oh my God. One of my great mentors always said to me, it doesn't matter what the question is, the answer is love. And so I got to go with that. I feel like if you look at the world today and the challenges that we're facing, the answer, and this sounds maybe a little flowery, but that's okay, is more love. I think if we all learn to love ourselves and love each other more, that will be the catalyst to elevating the consciousness of the planet to a point where we will begin not only to love each other, but love the planet and make decisions not just based on, I can make more money, but we'll make decisions based on what's in the best interest of the planet, of nature, and of ourselves. And I think that is very, very important right now.
Love it. Absolutely love it. I think a big problem with the world and all this tension that is happening, especially in the US right now. I think a big part of it is people don't love themselves. That's why they're out there hating each other. And if they start loving themselves to begin with and be content with who they are, that will fix a lot of world's problems.
Yeah, and kind of bring this full circle. That's what I love about collaboration. It's not me against you. It's not us against them. It's a we thing. It's we are all in this together. It's not like, hey, if I succeed in my business and you don't, I don't need you to fail for me to succeed. That's the magic of joint venturing. We're going to succeed together. Both of us are going to, just what we're doing here is a little microcosm example of what we're talking about. You and I are both going to succeed because of what we're doing right here. And that's what it's all about. It's all about creating win-win. So thank you. And this has been fun.
Is there any other parting words? Anything you want to add before we finish up?
Take advantage of Mustafa's great offer, get his bonuses, and get ready to have an amazing 3 days with us starting on Thursday. I have a partner, by the way, in JVIC, JV Insider Circle, named Iman Agai. And Iman actually leads most of the event. He is amazing. He's one of the sweetest, kindest, most high integrity human beings you will ever meet in your life. And you're going to get to spend a lot of time with him and myself come this Thursday. So go get yourself signed up, and I can't wait to work with you. That's my parting words.
Okay, so another question came in we can answer probably before we go. Adele, who asked the questions earlier, he says, where can I find the link to promote? I think he just signed up as a partner.
Yay. You have that. Aren't you giving that link?
I did give that link, but I think Adele is asking where he can find the link to promote. Adele, I think if you sign up as a partner with the Rich,
you're going to get it.
His team will get in touch with you to get you the link to promote.
Yep.
And then feel free to reach out to me. I'll help you on that, and then we'll all get going.
Yeah, when you sign up, Adele, you'll get email copy and things you can send out to your audience to promote the event. And thank you for that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Well, Rich, this has been a pleasure. I look forward to hanging out with you and the rest of your crew on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
You got it, brother.
See what we could do and drum up as a call it as a partner, as a student, and take it from there.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'll see you in a few days. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you, Rich. So
Bye.
again, here's the link further up on the comments. I did put the link there for you to become a JV partner with Rich. It is there if you go further up in the comments on whichever platform you're watching us, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter. And then, or if you can't get it, just reach out to me, send me a message on Facebook or other places, and then we'll get you all set up. Thank you for joining us. Have a great day. And I am going to be there at Collaborate. Rich is definitely going to be there because he kind of runs it. And I look forward to making more partners. My goal is to hopefully walk out with 50 appointments this time.
I was going to say, you got to get more than 39. So
yeah, that's my goal. And we'll see you guys there.
Thanks. See you there. Bye, everyone. Thanks.
Bye-bye.